Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
Vaheguru, Vaheguru. हम अवगुण परे एक गुण नाही, अमृत छाड़ बिखे बिख खाही, माया मोह परम पै पूले, सुतदारा स्यो प्रीत लगाई। एक उत्तम पंथ सुनियो गुर संगत, तह मिलंत जम त्रास मिटाई। एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की, गुरु रामदास राखो सरनाई, गुरु रामदास राखो सरनाई। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So today's talk is as requested by the Sikh society is Sikhism and modern values, yeah? And now in a way, I'm not going to go into too much, but in a way kind of like a prelim might be that many times nowadays people are saying, oh, I'm a modern Sikh, as if like people like me are living in the dark ages, you know, I've got turban beard, you must have gone backwards, right? We can use iPads, phones. So there's this, so we want to look at values, not just like the modern way of thinking, but values. The thesis is this: Sikhi is more advanced than the modern world. Yeah, the world is catching up with Sikhi. The Sikhi is not backwards, the world is catching up with Sikhi. Okay, and the topics we're going to talk about are these: equality, okay, between men and women first, and then racial, all that kind of different kind of equality, and then we're going to look at things like that are forbidden in Sikhi, yeah, drugs, alcohol, religious freedom, big topic nowadays in terms of modern values, yeah, okay. We're going to look at a social focus of Sikhi. Is it backwards or is it quite modern? And then finally, the Gurdwara as a supposed school of learning, yeah, that's what it is on paper, all right. So let's start with male and female equality. Look, here Sikhi stands out beyond any other religion in the world. Sikhi just stands out. It's like a shining star, you know. You meant to see you're lost in the dark and suddenly the moon comes out. It's like that, pretty much. Sikhi is way more advanced than anything else out there. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is praising women blatantly. Bhai Gurdas Ji says, in the writings that are approved by Guru Arjan Dev Ji, he says clearly, women are the door to salvation. Mokh Dwar. That's what he says. That basically, if you praise women, yeah, that's a big thing. Guru Sahib praised them. Maharaj is asking us as men, so kyo manda akhiye, jajja mera jaan. You worship kings, you bow down to kings, and yet they're made from women. So why do you call her low? Yeah, it's an important thing to remember this. Yeah, Maharaj is praising. Also, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, he's very unhappy when they want to give him the janil. And one of the things they raised then is, how come my sister can't wear it? Sister's older, Bibi Nanaki, she's not to wear that string. And Maharaj in their Bani says straight away, ki this janil, yeah, it can't be worn by a woman. So why should men wear it? What's the equality there? The same souls inside everybody. So in Sikhi, everything is pretty much everybody can do. Yeah. Contribution is recognized of women as well. Look, Mata Kiwi is one of the only family members recognized in Bani. Apart from the Gurus, she's named in Bani and they call her Mata Kiwi Nekajan. That she's a very nice person who serves a lot of langar. Yeah? And she used to make kheer. Now I know nowadays we got nice food in our house, so we don't need to worry about all that kind of stuff, yeah? But in those days, kheer was like, I don't know, caviar or whatever you want to call it nowadays, yeah? And it wasn't so common, because rice was not a Punjabi thing anyway. It was come from down south. So actually kheer is one of those kind of dishes that was like a proper sweet dish, yeah? And Mataji would make that for the Sangat. And also, Mata Sahib Kaur, ultimate status, mother of the Khalsa. Khalsa's got a father, it's also got a mother, yeah? Now here's an interesting thing, yeah? Our names, right? You might have figured this out already, but our names are unisex. Now, obviously, to the Sikhs, they grow up with it. They think, "Chalo theek hai, Harvinder Kaur, Harvinder Singh." Yeah, there's no sort of panga. However, when you go and tell the Gori about this, they find it very hard to get their head around it, because they assume, right? If they met a Mandeep Kaur, that's a female name. Then they meet a Mandeep Singh and they go, "Hold on a minute, How's that work? Because you don't see like Diana as a male. Yeah, you've got only a female. The Western world and Islamic names and Christian names, all these names are pretty much one. And Hindu names are as well. Yeah, and the Chinese names are as well. So there's not many countries in this world where the names are unisex, but the Sikh names are unisex. Now why is that? Why are our first names unisex? Because they're spiritual names. Yeah, and in spirituality there's no difference. We're all going to worship the one. We're all women. In fact, in Bani, yeah, Bani says that is jag mein purkh ek hai. Hor sabna, it says sabna nariyan. Hor sagli nar sabai. Is jag mein purkh ek hai. In this world, there's only one male. Waheguru. Everybody else is a woman. We're all women to God. The analogy uses of a bride. Yeah, a bride that's going to go up to God. So we're all women to God. Also, here's a funny thing. Our surnames now. How many people here think Kaur means princess? Put your hands up if that's what you've heard and that's what you think. Okay, 1, 2. Hor, anybody else? Kids, you must think Kaur means princess, don't you think? Yeah, she's with it as well. Okay, it doesn't. It means prince. It's a royal surname. Yeah, and the proof of that is this. Akali Kaur Singh. You think his mum named him Kaur, thinking that it was a princess? No. He was a Nihang Singh, a leading Nihang Singh. Yeah? The word Kaur comes from the word Kumar. Raj Kumar means prince. Okay? Kumar became Kuwar, became Kaur. In fact, now we say Kaur, but it's Kaur. Kaur is Ao. It's not O, it's Ao. Kaur. So, Kaur means prince. And Singh is a royal name as well. It doesn't mean lion. Yeah, that's what lions are called Singhs as well. But actually, another meaning is actually the royal surname. Because you know, when you go to watch Indian movies, yeah, it's always some guy named Rana Pratap Singh. Yeah, so these are royal names. Maharaj said, look, our first names are going to be unisex, so therefore we need to have something to distinguish men and women, and this is what it's going to be: royal names designed to uplift the common person into royalty. Now you imagine you become a Sikh, right? Before that you were a pauper, you were nobody. You remain a pauper after you take an Amrit, but now you're Sardar Jagraj Singh. That's a big name for some guy who's just sitting there collecting rubbish, making his money. Yeah? But that's what happened. Sikhs got raised up. They never thought of themselves as slaves anymore. People thought you were a slave, they kick you around. Now you're a Singh, you got kirpan on you, someone comes to stop you doing something, you're armed. Yeah? Women thought of themselves as Kaurs now. As royal, you know, you want a princess or whatever, but they were royal. So they behaved differently because you gave them a different mentality from birth. Yeah, uplifting that common person. Now also Maharaj themselves, yeah, free women from sati, which is the bride, not the bride, but the wife, the widow being burnt off, you know, along with the husband. Why did they do that? Do you think? Why they should burn the widow off? Because Hanji. It kind of. There's a bit of social thing in there as well, yeah? She's nothing like the husband, but also having a bunch of women around that were not married, but no one remarried them. Right? That's dangerous for the pind, or the men might get tempted, you know? And so they were like, oh, we don't want her. So they would just burn her off. Yeah? Because she wasn't necessary. But Maharaj first allowed remarriage and banned sati at the same time. Yeah? You see? Because they know the root cause of this as well. Yeah? Also, no slavery and concubines in Sikhi. Yeah? There's no concept of invading another country and just getting your slaves. In Christianity and in Islam and Judaism, slavery is allowed. Look at the documents and it will say you can treat your slaves nicely. It doesn't say you can't have any slaves. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj went to Rome. We found that out. Documents are there. When they went to Rome, the future Pope was in the room and the current Pope was in the room. And Maharaj said to them, get rid of slavery. Because the church at that time was condoning slavery. Okay, said it was all right. Maharaj said, no, it's not. Yeah. So there's none of this. This is very unique. Yeah. Concubines not allowed. Yeah. And now this is not just in the West, it's in the East as well. Yeah. China, rich men had concubines. Right. In Ranjit Singh was cussed for that same exact reason, that he was breaking his ret. Right. Also, where else? India, Devdasiya, all this kind of stuff. Don't get it in Sikhi, yeah? Married, That's it. Eka nari jati hoye. One wife and you are, set basically. Right? There's no need for much more. Now, women wear the 5Ks. They also have amrit from the same bata as the men. There's no jute or anything else like that, yeah? So, the same rules apply. The kesh, the kirpan, all that kind of stuff. It's unique that women have been given the kirpan. In fact, I don't think there's any other religion or culture in the world that's actually armed women before, yeah? And I would do a benti to the sisters in the room. Don't feel bad about carrying a kirpan, okay? Always try and keep your kesh as well, but be armed. Why not? Might as well let you carry a kirpan, so be armed, innit? The world ain't that nice out there, so be armed. Okay, what else? Women can preach. Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj appoints women preachers. Recently, I think it was last year or early this year, the Protestant church in this country, yeah, they lost a vote to get women bishops. They tried to get it in and it didn't happen, yeah. Look at this. Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, yeah, nearly 500 years ago, they appointed women preachers. That's revolutionary, Their own daughters were preachers as well. And Maharaj says, we should say Guruji educated women, not Sikhi. Maharaj used to teach women as well. So education is a key part. Also, women can work. And there's a hukamnama for Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, which says, don't ever eat the earnings of your daughter, yeah, or of your sister. Yeah. Obviously in a family environment, a husband and wife, they can put their money together. But I couldn't, if my sister was earning and I didn't have any money, I couldn't take it off her. Yeah. And nor can you take it off your daughter. That means independence, financial independence for the women. Yeah, big thing. My Pagga was a bodyguard for Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, so she was armed and as a fighter as well. Unique example. Yeah. And also the big thing, women are not told to cover off and hide away from society. Yeah. This is one of the main rules in a Gurdwara. You couldn't come in with a niqab on. Yeah. So only one thing that we would not allow in a Gurdwara is a woman coming in with her face covered. Right? Because Guru Amar Das Ji didn't allow it either. Yeah? So the focus is on the men controlling their eyes, not on the women covering up. Men are not some kind of lust-fueled people that can't control themselves. Women have to be they'll drive them mad and they can't control themselves, yeah? No, Maharaj says, look, man has to control his own eyes, yeah? And Maharaj says, look, sutak is not in the woman, sutak is in the akkha, that look at the woman with she's got a nice body. So the impurity is in the eyes, it's not in the woman itself, yeah? That's the key thing. So nowadays, just a little pointer for the lads in the room, yeah? Nowadays, what's happening on the internet, yeah? Basically, it's all about porn. That's one of the most kind of popular and most financially successful things out there. But the thing is, you can't do that. As a man, you can't do it because what you're doing is you're actually going against Guru's hukam, blatantly. It's like you want to fly. Let's say I want to be a swoop man, and yet I keep injecting myself with kryptonite. Maharaj is saying to the man, not even in your dreams should you go to the bed of another woman. You're not saying whether you should do it in your actions, right? Or you do it in your awake dreams. Maharaj said in your sleeping dreams, even there, don't even go to bed with another woman. Now, how can we get to that level of control if during the day we flood ourselves with this gand? We can't. So we're going to have to stay away from it totally, yeah, and treat the woman as a person, not an object. Okay. So this is a teaching for the Pehna as well, that to appreciate the Maharaj's hukam is so deep that actually in this society right now, everybody's complaining about objectification, yeah, of women. And yet Guru Sahib back then is saying no. Yeah. No idea of pollution. Okay. It's coming back into Sikh community, that's why I put it up here. You're not allowed to ask a woman anything about her cycle. It's nothing to do with us. Yeah. Any seva is open to a woman in a Gurdwara. Yeah. It's not the man's business. Yeah. Because there's no such thing as impurity attached to it. And the idea of beauty. This is an interesting thing. When it comes to kesh, a lot of our community, yeah, we shy away from it. We don't want to talk to women about kesh. Yeah. But look at this. The whole world is trying their best to get the woman to stay as a girl. Because girls don't have kesh, women have kesh. Yeah. Maharaj is saying to a woman, be as you are. Right? And this is the thing where, as a Punjabi community, we're also failing short as well. Yeah. We have far too much sort of expectations on the women. to look a certain way, look that way. Maharaj is saying, no, the beauty is inner. And we don't allow the inner beauty to shine out, because the whole time we're focused on the outside beauty. Yeah? And we're no different nowadays from Westerners, really, in terms of that. There's no Nirali Panth, the uniqueness of the Khalsa Panth, which is a different way, you know. Maharaj is saying this is the unique way. We're no longer that unique now. We're just like Westerners, all focused upon the outside. Yeah? But at least men can be men, women can be women. Yeah? In this Panth. Alright, let's go through. Equality, one human race, yeah? The world is coming towards Sikhi. I went to a school the other day. It was like a, very posh private school. Mostly all Gori kids that you can imagine. One Singh there, one Kala kid, rest all white. And they said, how does it feel to be a Sikh in modern day Britain? And I said, it feels good, because Britain is coming towards Sikhi. Yeah? And they were a bit surprised. I said, look, at the end of the day, if I lived in Britain 50, 60 years ago, where it was more racist, yeah, then I would have to fight against the system. But now, Britain's become more equal opportunities orientated, because that's what Sikhi is. Yeah? Sikhi is already ahead of this country. Look, yeah? No discrimination based on religion. That's a different level. At the moment, everybody discriminates on religion as, oh, you're a Muslim, blah, blah, you must be like this, you must be like that. Yesterday at the Gurdwara, at the Nagar Kirtan, a Sufi guy came into the Gurdwara. We had langar together. And he actually gave money to our cause as well. He donated to us. And on top of that, he posted online to say, look, I hope you fulfill in your mission. Yeah? Because he ain't got no beef with us. He's a Sufi. They believe in the one. So we don't care about religion. And the proof of that is our Guru. Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Maharaj. Look, if you look in that leaflet, the middle point, the middle chapter about the Gurus, it says, Guru Sahib made a mosque. That mosque is even around now. Guru Ki Masjid. It doesn't mean that we think all religions are equal, because that doesn't make any sense. We believe ours is the truth. Yet we don't discriminate on religion. We believe in ours, but we don't discriminate on religion. We don't treat someone worse off or better off because of what religion they are. Because Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says, depending upon your Hindu or Muslim makes no difference. God cares about your actions. Yeah? But some people take this to the other extreme, and they start saying, well, all religions are the same. But that doesn't make any sense either. Why do we follow ours then? Yeah? Ours is the truth. Other religions don't really matter. It depends on the people. Religion doesn't matter. People matter. What are they like? Yeah. No distinctions on colour or caste. Back then, langar. Yeah, nowadays, you know what langar is, isn't it? Fed people, got loads of food at home, coming in, having a bit of a langar, and then going back home. It wasn't like that back in the day. Back in the day, it was revolutionary. Yeah. A greed person, I don't know if you know about this, because some people don't. In the Hindu system, if you were a low caste person, if your shadow, just your shadow, fell on the food, not you, just a shadow, on the food of a person who was a high caste person, yeah, they would throw the food away. It's been polluted by your shadow. They would throw it away. Yeah. If that low caste person heard the music, the holy prayers, or the Vedas, they would put molten lead into their ears to make that person deaf. Society was not like what we see now. It was proper barb everywhere. In those times, Guru Maharaj came down and said, we're all equal. Yeah? And you imagine that greed person first sitting down, and when the emperor comes down, not Akbar at that time, in Guru Amar Das Ji's time, when the emperor came down, Maharaj said, tu bhi langar shak. Have langar, then you can come and meet me. Yeah? That's the power of our Guru. Maharaj says, look, I'm going to make all four castes into one. Char varan, ek varan karaun. Yeah? So Sikhi is like that. When you take Amrit, the Bata goes around the room, everybody drinks, no matter what caste they were. Yeah? And the Hill Rajas, they want to take Amrit as well, but they want a special Amrit for them lot. Maharaj says, no, for tode wase hai nahi. Yeah? Because it is about equality. And the final thing is, look, homophobia. The next challenge, especially in Africa and in the black culture, this is a big challenge for those people, because we're not homophobic, although some people start to become a little bit. In Sikhi, everything is open to anybody, regardless of sexuality. The only thing that they couldn't do is be a practicing homosexual after Amrit. They take Amrit, then they take on the vows. Okay? The vows are no sex outside marriage. Marriage has to be with an Anandkaraj. Anandkaraj is only for men and women. So they can't do it. However, you can't discriminate against a gay person because, oh, they want to come in a Gurdwara and do Langar di Seva, or they want to read Path with you. You know what I mean? That's not right. So this is very advanced. It's nothing to do with us. Maharaj, like, at the end of the day, they didn't comment upon it. If they wanted to, they could comment upon it. It was around, They could have said something about it. It wasn't important to them because we're all souls. Key thing is the souls inside them as well. They become a Mahapurukh as well. Now, final thing is langar, yeah? I said that already. It's about proving that equality. Many people talk about equality. How many people prove it? Maharaj made us prove it day in, day out by sitting together and eating a meal. And in fact, there's a hukamnama from Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj which says, don't try not to sit with greed people. You know how it is, yeah? Sometimes in our mind, we see a poor person, we're like, oh, let's sit over here. Yeah? Maharaj said, "Nahi karna." Yeah? Nirtan ko pale. Khalsa soi nirtan ko pale. We're supposed to look after the poor people. And I'll go into later on in our values. Maharaj says clearly, yeah? Jithe neet samalian, tithe nadar teri bakshish. Where the poor people are looked after, that's where the kirpa is raining down. Yeah? So you want kirpa, go to the low people. Don't go look for the high people. Okay, forbidden things. This is cool. Back then, Maharaj forbade those things, yeah? Drugs. Yeah? No drugs. What they call recreational drugs now. Yeah? That's the name for it, innit? Getting high, all that kind of stuff. Now, why would Maharaj forbid drugs? Some people think, man, life is so boring. Yeah? Might as well have some drugs, innit? You see, there's a better drug out there. Naam. People say, oh, I had some drugs, I got anand, I got bliss. When I say anand sabko kya hai? Anand guru te janiya. The highest bliss there is a bliss of connecting to God. Naam anand. Maha anand. So, I'm going to ask you guys a question now, so play along with me, yeah? Just put your hands up like this. Just put one hand up, not both of them. We're not being rocky here, okay? Just put it on top of your head, like this, okay? Now, there's no embarrassment, so I just want to ask you the question. If you know that right now your hand is on your dasam dwar, you can put your hand down. If you know. If you don't know that you're touching your dasam dwar, you must keep it there, okay? If you don't know what I'm on about, just keep your hand there, okay? Still the case that it's more than half the room, okay? Put your hands down now. More than half the room, okay? Now, how can we as a Panth progress towards Guru if we don't even understand our body? Yeah? Forget religion. What's our body made out of? Guru Sahib is telling us that you got 9 visible doors, okay, to our body. 9 visible ones, which you can see. However, the 10th one is hidden, okay? So I'll count them through with you because you might be thinking, what's his first 9, man? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Clear? Right? And then 2 below. Those are the kind of visible doors, gateways, or whatever you want to call them. The 10th one is hidden. Even if somebody is bored, you can't see it. Right? It's a hidden center. And what the 10th one does is very similar to what the 9 do. Okay? So these eyes, they look. But if you close your eyes, things are still there. These here, if you close your ears, sound could still be going on. And the same with the 10th, sees God, experiences God. But if it's closed, it doesn't mean there's no God. Oh, you're right there. If we don't open our 10th door, it doesn't mean God is not real. It just means that we haven't opened the center to view God. Okay? Now, does this one look upwards? Is it look up? Because mine's covered up, so it's obviously going to be blind, isn't it? Does it look up? Is God up there? Have we sent satellites up there and found out there's no God up there? So where does it look? It looks in. Yeah? It looks into the light of God inside you. ठीक है ना? So, this is the body. Now if we don't understand how our body works, how do we expect to understand why people sit there saying, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru? Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like having a phone and thinking it's an iPod Touch. You've got an iPhone in your hand, but you think it's an iPod Touch. So you're never going to try to call anybody, are you, with iPod Touch? Yeah, if you knew it was a phone, you would turn the airplane mode off and you would call someone. So Sikhi is like that. It's designed to get you to connect to God, experience God. Believe in Guru and experience God. Now, if we haven't experienced God, then we are the losers because we're losing out. Yeah? That, basically. Because the reality is you've come here for that experience. We come here to experience God. We're not iPod touches, we're iPhones. So then use the phone, innit? Use it properly, the way it was intended. Connect. And that bliss is the experience will be blissful. It won't be a horrible experience. You're not going to suddenly meet God and find out God hates you. It won't be like that. Because it's nirpo and nirvar. Got no fear, got no hate. God loves us all. More importantly, it's like, you know, if you hug fire, you're going to get hot. If you hug ice, you're going to get cold. If you hug God, you're going to get bliss. Because Maharaj is made of bliss. Ananda Sarup hai. Yeah, that's another word for God. Ananda Sarup. So if they're Anand, we touch them, we're going to get Anand. Okay? So that's what Sikhi is about. So Maharaj says, don't take drugs. And I met a guy when I was in California, and he goes, I'm in so much bliss, I don't know what to do with it. It's just pouring off me. Because I'm just in Maha Anand. He goes, but he just, it was Chandikala talking to him. He used to be an atheist, believe it or not. But proper staunch atheist, wouldn't even go inside Gurdwara. You know? Maharaj Kirpa hui, and now he's Amritari, and he goes, I'm in Maha Anand. He goes, it's just unbearable bliss. This is what Sikhi is about. And that's why Maharaj wrote a whole part about it. Yeah? Anand Sahib. Ramkali Mehla Tija Anand. It's all about bliss. Okay, cigarettes, total no-no. We found out now they're not good for you. 50, 60 years ago they were saying, oh, it's good for you, make a man out of you, put some hair on your chest, all that kind of stuff. Yeah? Now they're saying, don't smoke, it's bad for you. Maharaj told us back then, yeah? Many years ago, look, don't even touch it. They call it Jagat Jhoot. This is the falsehood of the world. Yeah? Then, adultery. Right, we know how bad it is now. Society, communities can get broken. Even back then, Maharaj says no adultery. Okay? Basically, it's being loyal. That's quite a nice value to have, isn't it? Then, female infanticide. I don't know if you realize this, yeah? If someone in your family has committed this, that means killing a daughter off after she's born or before she's even born, like through ultrasound and stuff, you're not allowed to speak to them. You're not allowed to even talk to them or have anything to do with them. Anything at all. This is one of the worst sins in Sikhi. You're straight away out of the pant. Yeah? Kudi Mar is called. Maharaj said, don't even talk to these people. Because they're Muna Lagna na. Never. It's one of the worst sins. And guess what's happening now in Punjab? The worst committers of this sin are the Punjabi Sikhs. And it is one of the worst sins in Sikhi. We've got to think about this, yeah? Maharaj banned it back then. Circumcision, not allowed. Makes a lot of sense. Now, Judaism and Islam got a problem. Yeah? Because Germany banned circumcision, didn't they? Did you know that? Did you know that? They said it's against the child's rights. Yeah? Traumatic experience, they have no chance to say yes or no. So they banned it. Now obviously now the German and the Jewish Germans and the Islamic Germans are coming over here to get their kids circumcised. Now they're saying ban it here as well. You see? Maharaj said, this is silly, man. Right? Child marriage, not allowed. Okay, Rayat Bereda says very clearly, a marriage must be voluntary. Okay? When a daughter comes off an age. Yeah? Rape. No rape in war allowed. Yeah? You might say, well, that's obvious. It's not that obvious. Yeah? You'll be surprised it's not that obvious. Many cultures, many religions allow it, it's fine. We're not allowed it at all. Okay. Here's a bit that I like the most, yeah? One of my favorite bits. The whole world talks about religious freedom, yeah? And now, in this country, you can't force someone to convert to a new religion, yeah? Now, if you're in Saudi Arabia, and places like that, they will quite happily order death sentence on somebody who's converted out of Islam. Even now. You know, you can go on YouTube, not recommended to any of you, but you can watch videos of these poor geezers getting beheaded out there, who converted out. Maharaj has set the example themselves. You've all heard of Chari Mukte. Yeah? You know the story, right? They left Guru Sahib and they came back. But you never thought of it in terms of religious freedom. Most people haven't. Yeah? Here's an example of the head of a faith letting people walk away. Yeah? The head, Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, let these people go away. And not only during normal time, normally they wouldn't let anybody go away, but in a time of a war. In a time of war, when there were people starving, Maharaj said, you can go. Now think about this, the First, Second World War. What if you abandoned the trenches? If you said, oh, I hate these rats, my feet are swelling up, all this, I want to go home. Would they let you? No. And what if you tried to run away? Yeah. Loads of people got shot for desertion. Maharaj is letting people go. Voluntarily. Tusi likh do bas, jao. Sikhi is all about volunteering. If you're a Sikh, you're voluntarily a Sikh. Yeah? You can't get forced into Sikhi. It's an army, actually it's an army of volunteers. Khalsa is a forge, isn't it? It's not a forge of forced people, it's a voluntary forge. Now you've also heard the example of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's horse, maybe. Some people might have. Wouldn't go into a field of tobacco. Agreed? You heard that one? So smoking is, I want to say this by the way, because Singh's here, he's asked me a couple of times. No shisha allowed. Yeah? None of this, oh, I'm not smoking. No shisha allowed in Sikhi. No tobacco whatsoever. Nowadays in London and places like that, it's becoming very fashionable for Sikhs to go to shisha lounge. Yeah? No. Ek galti hai. Maharaj's horse wouldn't go into that field of tobacco. Ki apne bacche aap bhejenge. The horse wouldn't go in there. Have you got no much sense as a horse? Ki wo galti hai. Yeah? It's not good for us. It's poison actually. Forget being cool. It's you know, like those 70s adverts, people sitting there smoking and the girls are walking past. He's pretending to be cool. Come on, man. Have we gone backwards now? Is this what being cool is now? Poisoning yourself. That's really cool. Look, Maharaj just said it's wrong. Galti hai bilkul. Now, the interesting thing is though, you never hear the story of Guru Maharaj then coming back to that field and setting it on fire. So if you want to smoke, if the non-Sikhs want to smoke, nothing to do with us. Sanu kiya. Kari jao. Just not near us. You know? And that's what's happening nowadays. Look, they're banning cigarette smoking everywhere. You can't smoke in a pub. Before, people used to go with their work colleagues, sometimes sit in a pub or something, and you come back, your dadi stinking, your pug stinking, you're like, oh man, sab kuch to do. Like, go home and disinfect yourself. That's what I was like. I'd come home and I'd be stinking. I was like, oh, sab kuch, put it all in the wash straight away. Yeah? And they've proven that those clothes are still giving off those chemicals. Yeah? Hondeko. The Sikhs are inside nice and cozy. There are people that are addicted to nicotine, they're outside. Huh? Maharaj is well ahead, isn't it? Okay? But however, we don't ban it. Sade vaste nahi. Sade samne nahi, but we don't ban it. Also, you heard of Jagraj Singh and the prostitute. Yeah? The example, he was a very devout Sikh. He used to pride himself on how much he listened to his Guru Sahib. And Maharaj called him on his wedding night to come to visit him. He left the wedding. He gave his kirpan to his wife. He goes, marry the kirpan, I'm off, Guru Gobind Singh just call me. He's on the way to Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, but he stops over because it's too far to go in one go. He stays at this pind, and now there's a red light district there in this pind town / thing, yeah. And it's very beautiful, you know, lady of the night is sort of entices him over, and he's thinking, oh, it's my wedding night, you know, and he gets tempted by lust. But Maharaj themselves came and kept him from going inside. Yeah, he didn't recognize them, but the whole night they were there, keeping him from breaking his own breath. So the Sikh thinks he's giving something to his Guru, but actually Guru Sahib is always giving to us. They're doing everything for us. Yeah? But here's the question. You never hear Guru Gobind Singh Ji shutting the house down, innit? You never hear them close down all brothels, saying ban all this stuff. So nowadays Sikhs get into this mentality, right? Let's ban it, ban it, ban it. Why? Because the West is like that. It's a rule-based world, the West. Jo bhi cheez nahi chahti, ban kar do. Yeah? Does that make it go away? No. All this stuff we're talking about is illegal, yeah? But it's still around. Kids are still younger than 16 are smoking, aren't they? Yeah? And yet they've made the smoking age 16. It doesn't work. The only thing that works is making people educated. Yeah? The war on drugs in this country costs so much money. But the government admits that 99% of the cocaine or the drugs from England get into Scotland. They've got such a massive operation, yeah, to stop the drugs going from England to Scotland. If 99% is getting through, what's the point of that money we're spending? Take the 1% as well. Yeah? Save the money. You can't achieve it. The war on drugs globally is one of the worst examples of money spending. You just research it by yourself if you want. There's so many academics that are talking about it. That the best thing is to treat it like a disease and not treat it like a crime. All you do is you put guns and weapons and money into the hands of drug dealers. You don't actually stop anything. Yeah? They're more prevalent now than ever. Sikhi is not the kind of religion to ban stuff. I would say if it was a Sikh country, let's say this country was run by a Khalsa Fauj, everything would be legal. Prostitution, drugs, cigarettes, everything would be legal. Why bother trying to spend time trying to police it? Just regulate it. Yeah. Most people die of drug overdoses because they don't know what they're buying. Yeah. If you're giving them medical help, like in Portugal, they've legalized everything. And youth Scott has gone down now. They give people medical lessons and stuff. Yeah. All right. The point is though, we're not supposed to force anybody in religion, nor force them to follow the Sikh way of like no drugs, no alcohol, none of this stuff. Yeah. Let people make their mistakes. However, don't make it like a crime. If they don't abuse themselves, that's their choice. Okay, social focus. I think Sikhi again, amazing social focus. A lot of people come into Sikhi for this reason. Yeah, because they love the social focus. Firstly, it's a when I say social focus, I mean that the religion is not some kind of like airy-fairy religion that you go off to the mountains. Yeah, it's like a real religion. You can live it in the world. Okay, the ideal Buddhist is a monk. The ideal Sikh is a normal person, married, got a job, working, right, and just is a good Sikh as well. So we haven't got this idea of celibacy, normal family life. And Maharaj says, be like the lotus in the mud. Okay? But also seva. When I say seva karo, which dunya sev kamaiye, ta darge baisan paiye. In the world, do seva. With your hands, earn something and give it away to the poor people. And not always to the rich people, but to the poor people as well. Yeah? So langar is about serving the poor. But the Sikhs, to be honest, have kind of forgotten this. Uncle Ji was saying earlier, how much money do we spend on Gurdwara nowadays? 20 million, 18 million, 10 million, 15 million. Go to that place and see how much seva is done to the local people. Kuch nahi ho raha hote. Most of the time we're just inward focused the whole time. Making massive buildings. As if Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj wanted massive buildings, yeah? Just ask Maharaj, so you gave up your 4 children, what did you want in return? Did you want Mojo Gurdwara? No. Got loads of Golak money coming in? No. It was about Sikhs. They wanted Sikhs. So far as I'm concerned, Maharaj only wants Sikhs to teach Sikhs about Sikhi and teach the world about Sikhi. That's the main focus. Ki Sikh banjan bathera hai. Don't need the big buildings. So the quote for Guru Sahib, you've heard this word, isn't it? Guru Garib Nivaj. You heard that before? What that means is, Nivaj means the person looks after you. Garibanu palan wala. That's what it means. Our Guru is the ones that look after the Garib people. That's that's a term for them. So we should be like that. We should be Garib Nivaj. In the Gurdwara, it should be open to poor people. You should be going into your local town of Portsmouth and stuff and saying, where the poor people, where the homeless people, bring them into the Gurdwara. Let them have langar. Yeah? Sit them with you. Not a special langar for the poor people when you take it to them. Bring them here, sit among everybody else, make them feel part of the family and give them langar. That's the way it's meant to be done. No? Get the bus and bring them here. It's nice and warmer here as well. Also, I want to tell you a story about me. This is a personal story. This was about 12, 13 years ago when I went to India. I remember I went to this little pind. I don't know why I was there. It was on the way home actually, and I just stopped off Shami Si, and there was like some kind of program. I think maybe Prabhat Feri or something like this they used to have in the morning. So I went there again in the evening. And there was a lot of Garib people in India. Like when we're here, we don't see them, innit? But sometimes when you go to like a small pind Gurdwara, you see the kids who got nothing. They're walking barefooted. Yeah, it's really cold, but they seem to be sort of immune to it because they've only got shorts on. Yeah, they're running around. And they were running around in the Gurdwara. And what they would do is, they would go over to the guy that was giving out prasad. It's hot prasad, isn't it? And they would go over, and every once in a while they'd pop up and they'd go in 2 or 3 of them and have prasad. But other people were there as well at the same time. Now, you know, sometimes you hear these horror stories, innit? That the Ghani just kicked them away, said, get lost, you're all, what are you coming over here, prasad? And that's what I was expecting that day. I was thinking now, in a little while he's going to get annoyed and just tell him to get lost. But on that day, Maharaj Kirpa, this guy, Baba, he was full of pyar, innit? He didn't care who was coming in front of him. I remember him just picking up every bit of prasad, just giving it to everybody without any discrimination. Jo bhi aa rahega, badda, chota, kala, whatever it is, just giving it. And I started crying then. I was thinking, man, this is Guru Nanak Ji Sikhi, hai na? In this world, whole 500 saal ho gaye after Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj. But even now, that principle is for everybody, no distinction, is still there. And this is what Sikhi gives us, yeah? It's the beautiful, beautiful stuff. And we're blessed as Sikhs, yeah, to be teaching that to our kids. When you're going to have kids, you've got to teach them something about life, innit? But a Sikh is blessed to tell their children such beautiful things. Like, be nice to everybody. Don't discriminate. Men and women are the same. We're all equal. When society is coming towards us, we say to our kids, can we stop anybody coming to langar? They say, no, you can't. This is the blessing of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. That this way is the true way. Maharaj says, Sache marag chaldiyan ustat kare jahan. If you walk in this true way of equality, the whole world will praise you. Hon dekho, the world is praising Sikhi, innit? Jithe bhi jao, if you go and tell some Gore about langar, they say, wow, that's amazing. I haven't met a single Gora or anybody in the world, just tell them about langar, they will go, that is really amazing. For us it's nothing, but everybody's like, wow, can't believe it. There's a Kala who became a Singh in India. He went to the mandir, he was like a yogi kind of guy, yeah? He went to the mandir and told him to get lost because he wasn't of the right caste. And you know, they're racist anyway, innit, towards people that are not white. And so he walked across the road and there was a Gurdwara there. And they said, Ajo, have some langar. And he goes, oh, you're Sikh, forget these lot. Yeah. So the thing is, we don't even realize how valuable this thing is for us. Langar, na? So Sikhi is very social focused. It's about making the world better. And so I'm going to come to next, yeah? Actually, I'm going to come to that at the last. I'm going to talk a little about modernity, how people say, oh, I'm a modern Sikh. What they mean is I'm clean shaven, I don't do my part. Yeah, that's the modern Sikh. Modern Sikhs nowadays is somebody who doesn't read Bani and doesn't follow Sikhi. So you wonder, like, modern, yeah? And the question here is, are the 5Ks compatible, okay, with modern life or not? Because some people say, oh, I don't know, they're a bit incompatible. Look, Kirpan, Kakka, the principle is being armed. Yeah? The principle is always armed and able to help. If you're armed, you're not a passive person, you're an active person. Okay? So he's taking on responsibility. If something goes wrong in front of you, you're not going to call the police. First thing, you might call the police anyway, but you deal with it there and then. This is what's happening in the world now. People are not taking responsibility. Yeah? Something happens in front of them, they go, I'll call the police, and they walk off. They say that there's like a 2-minute opportunity to save someone, or 5 minutes if they've been shot or stabbed. If we don't do anything at that time to just even stop something happening, fir ki hona? Yeah? So the world is becoming very irresponsible. We're all like slopey shoulders, you know, Teflon shoulders, nothing to do with me. Yeah? But Mara is saying, no, be that person who takes on responsibility. And you know what? Watch who we praise in the press. Have a go heroes. Those heroes, the people that do something, they get praised, innit? And who cares about those people that walked off? I watched a video the other day, and there was this girl. It was a while ago. It was too upsetting to watch, actually. It was a 5-year-old girl in China, and she got hit by a car. Koi rukya nahi. This girl was actually people walking past her as she got hit by this car. Yeah, she fell on the floor. She's bleeding. People walked past her. 3 more things went over her in that time. It's all on CCTV. She was on the floor. People just went dry. People cycling past her. Somebody went over her again. If somebody had stopped then, put her out the way, taken to hospital, she might have survived. But after 3 times, 5 saal di sigi, she was bound to die, innit? No one takes any responsibility. Yeah, we're becoming heartless. And they did a show in Hong Kong where they said, oh, the Chinese people, they don't ignore people, they don't care what's happening. So they got this white guy to lie on the streets, like face down, no? And everybody just walked past him. This guy could be unconscious, could be dying. Everybody walked past him. They go, maybe it's racist. They don't like white people. They put a Chinese person there. Same thing happened. They walked past him. Yeah? People are becoming very, very uncaring. Maharaj says, no. As a Sikh, you must have that kirpan on you. So you can say, I could have done something. Yeah? Daya, compassion. Compassion for all beings. Now you can't have compassion and then be a passive person. Compassionate people, they act. They do something there and then. Okay. Kesh. Now people say, I don't know about Kesh, man. It's a bit hard to stand out in this world. Look, Maharaj just said to you, you're like a policeman. You're armed now. As a kirpan tari person, you're shastra tari, you're armed. Now, how are they going to spot you in it? If they want to ask you for help, like I ask you a question, yeah? Imagine for a second, you're walking on the streets of Portsmouth, yeah? And you got beaten up by somebody, robbed you, mugged you, yeah? You're on the floor, spluttering. You look up, and there's a bunch of people looking at you. One of them has a helmet on, a policeman's uniform. Who are you going to ask for help? The policeman. Agreed? Kyo? Why him? No, but he's got a job, innit? Or that job, that's his job to do that, innit? Theek hai na? Now I'll ask you another question. Imagine you were like, younger than you are now, right? About 5, 6, 7 years old, whatever. And you go on holidays with your parents. And you're out there, right? In this strange country, you can't speak the language. And you lose your parents. And you're on the streets, you're wandering around. And yesterday, the Gurdwara 7-year-old kid came out to me crying, I lost my mummy, yeah? Like this. Why did he come to me, I wonder, innit? Because I asked you this question. You're in that street, you're lost, yeah? And you're a bit tearful as well. And then, you look and you see a Singh. Foreign country, you see a Singh. Kinna dil khush hona hai na? You go, I'm saved. I'm saved. Why? Why? Because the Guru Sikh's got the same responsibility as that policeman. He's there to help you and save you. So without this roop, who's going to know that we have that responsibility? Yeah? This is why we stand out. We stand out so people can ask us for help. They know that we are Sikhs. If you don't look like your Guru, no one's going to believe that you follow your Guru. Give you an example. Take a coin, any coin. Get some sandpaper and file it. Spend 20 minutes filing that coin until it's totally flat on both sides, yeah? Now take it to a shop and try and spend it. The shopkeeper chukega ki hai ki cheez. Won't believe you it's a pound coin. Kyo nahi? There's no stamp on it. Yeah? This is our stamp. When it says case rakhna, ek Guru di morya. It's a stamp of the Guru. So we're supposed to stand out. Because of the uche morals we've been given, and the level we've been given of the kirpan, we are meant to stand out. So people can ask us for help. If we start blending in, ki fayda hoya fir? We're going to be like that coin. No one will know who we are. And then somebody will say, oh, can someone help me? And there'll be 20 people there, and they won't ask anybody, and the Sikh will say, why don't you ask me? Ki kehna? You didn't look like a Sikh. Who's going to find you? When I looked at myself and I was Munna, 21 years old, I was looking in the mirror and I said, you don't look like nobody. No one's going to ask you for help. You don't look like him at all. Tin kade paaye hoye, ki fayda hoya? Yeah? Seek stand out. Yeah? Guru's hukum is stand out, look like him. And there's no difference between somebody, it takes 2 hours to take Amrit. Some people think, oh, mere to ko hona nahi. It takes 2 hours to become Amritari. The point is to give yourself to your Guru and look like him. And follow this way. Yeah? Don't be not like this and then just be out there looking like a Singh. Don't go help Mare and you're like, forget you, I'm not interested in helping you. Yeah? Take the responsibility on. Then Kada. It's quite a good, it's a reminder, hai na? It's like a Hat Kadiyan. Because look, the mind is always fickle. Don't believe me, the mind is so fickle, it will let you down when you need it most. You'll always say, oh, I wish I'd done that. Oh, I wish I'd done this. The Kada is that responsibility. Yeah, it's like a Hat Kadiyan. You galt nahi karna. Not with this hand, not with this hand. Also, practicality wise, a very good defensive tool. If somebody came at you with a knife and you had a big fat Kada on, not a little gold one, yeah, you could block it. You literally just move this Kada in the way and it will block that knife. And if your wrist is cut, you're going to bleed to death. If you block it with a Kada, or you just flick the Kada in their face, you not even hit them with a strong punch. You could just go like that, side swipe somebody, and start hitting them with a hammer. Yeah, very good defensive weapon at your hands, literally all the time. Kashera, again, you never look indecent. Wherever you are, if you got kashera on, you're always decent. And Kanga, a reminder to keep clean and well groomed. Yeah. So I think for me they're very, very practical. Yeah. And also, look at our rehat, when I say nitnem, look at our nitnem. It's very practical. You never heard of a Sikh like stopping his work in the middle of it, I've got to go outside, do my, find. Sikh is so simple. Early in the morning, yeah, you do your nitnem. Shami, when you get when you come home, it's Rera Sahib time. Yeah. And night time before you go to sleep, Kirtan Soila. Very practical rehat, isn't it? Not 5 certain times. It's built around the working day. Because Maharaj says, Kirt karo. work. Yeah. So and the day is still the same. People still work 9 to 5 roughly. So before that and then after that, it's the right time for part. All right. People ask this, look, why can't we modernize Sikhi? Huh? They say this, you know. You heard this, right? Modernize Sikhi. Now, there's two things you can't modernize. Bani and Kirtan. Yeah? You cannot translate Bani out of Gurmukhi. You can translate to understand it, but you can't make a Guru Granth Sahib Ji in French or German and just have it. Why must it remain in Gurmukhi? Okay? It's because it's poetry. Poetry can't be translated, huh? You lose. What you get is one person's interpretation. Now, Jagraj Singh's interpretation of Guru Granth Sahib Ji might be totally off. Nowhere near the depth of it. So if we translated just one person's understanding, wrote it down, what would happen then? Everybody's going to be following that person now, not the Guru. Somebody can't come along and say, oh, it's even deeper than this, unless they have access to the original Gurmukhi. So the hukum for a Gursikh is to learn Gurmukhi. We must all learn Gurmukhi, otherwise gahan to Sikhi sikhaoge apne bachchan nu. We can't learn Gurmukhi, what are we going to teach our kids? I'm at parents now. I'm talking to parents who are my age, I'm 34. I talk to parents, they can't read Gurmukhi. Yeah? So what will they teach their kids? You see what I mean? We have to do it now, so that in 20 years from now, our kids at 5, 6 can read Gurmukhi. Okay. Yeah, alright. Also, Gurbani, right? It is actually very modern. I'll give you an example of this, right? Which some people find a bit interesting. You know, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, I don't know if you're aware, you can find any shabad, if you know the letters or the 4 words, any phrase you can find, any shabad you can find straight away, all you need is the first letter of 4 words. Like if it's Jithe Jaye Bahe Mera Satguru, you need Jithe for Jaja, Jaye, Jaja again, Bahe, yeah, Baba, and Mera Satguru Mama. If you type those 4 into a search engine, you'll find it straight away. Okay, here's the cool thing about Bani. It's indexable. Maharaj made it in a way that we could find shabads. Guru Sahib predicted Sikhi to the max. They knew it was coming, and they made Bani, and you think it's funny, but it is. Sometimes they could have written Babba, they put Vavva. Sometimes they could have done this. They made it. They changed phrases around. Punjabi is very flexible like this. You can put phrases at the front, at the end, yeah? Dudh pina tusi? Oh, tusi dudh pina? 2 ways of doing the same thing, yeah? But it changes the indexing thing, right? So Gurbani, Maharaj did that. They made every shabad so easy to find. If you know 5 letters, not just the first, if you know 5 words, you will find it straight away. Not a couple of options, you'll get straight to that shabad. It's that amazing. Yeah? So, also it's very easy to understand. You don't need years and years of study to understand Bani. I mean, I learned it in 3 months. Yeah, I could get a basic understanding of Bani straight away. Okay? So it's very modern, very simple. It's simpler than Hindi. It's simpler than Sanskrit. Yeah? Much simpler than Chinese. They made it themselves, right? Maharaj made it. You got to understand this part. They could have chosen any world to come to, any country to come to. They chose Punjab. And they made a new script. They made this script. Not like somebody else made it. Guruji made it. So of course we should learn it. No? Also, Gurbani. Why is... see, the thing about Gurbani and Kirtan, right, is interesting. Gurbani, like I said earlier, is showing us the way, and it is the way. So how can we change it? How are we going to get that flavor of singing Bani and experiencing it if we translate it? Are we going to sing like those, the Gaudiya sing, you know, they make up their own hymns? Have you been to a church? Yeah? I've been to church many times when I was in the army, and they just make up hymns. Somebody will come along, write something up, they'll find some kind of tune that goes with it, and they'll sing it. It's pure Kachi Bani. It is pure Kachi. We haven't got the depth. You don't know the depth of that person singing it. You don't know the devotion of that person. It could just be a poet sitting there writing stuff. With us, we guaranteed that we're singing the same words that Guru Sahib wrote down. Yeah, we're guaranteed. How can we move away from Bani? Yeah. Also, Kirtan, yeah, is timeless, isn't it? We can't stop. Singing is the way. Kal Jug mein Kirtan Pradhana. So if singing is the way, what should we sing? The truth. Bani. And also beats, yeah, they're timeless. The same tals now that are going on 4-beat cycle, 8-beat cycle, 16-beat cycle, they're still in modern music. Modern music is a lot lower level than rag music. Yeah, it's very catchy modern music because what it does is it uses a 4-beat cycle. Yeah, so it's just like kerva, which is the simplest tune to learn tabla. Most music is just like da da tit da da din din da. It's just a simple kerva, and then all else is dadra 3 and 3. It's so simple. Maharaj has given us like really complicated beat cycles. Yeah, what does it do? What does music do? It develops the brain. They've proven it. Private school kids all learn music. Yeah, why? Because it makes your brain better. You get a stronger, more clever brain the more music you learn. People who are educated amongst the Sikhs, yeah, when they send their kids to private schools, they say learn an instrument, learn a new language. Why? Because the brain becomes stronger. How many languages are there in Guru Granth Sahib Ji? There's at least 6-7 languages in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So if you learn Bani, you're going to learn those many languages. Learn loads of words from different languages. Your brain will become more malleable, yeah, and able to cope with new input quicker. Like for example, even our rag, like the violin, yeah, that's the closest instrument there is to Sikh instruments, yeah, because it's got you can do mean with it. If you know what mean is, you can bend between a note and another note. So it's not like on a harmonium you go from like C to D straight. There's no difference, do, re, mi. So do, re, mi. But in Sikh instruments, you can go between the two because it's a string, so you can slide between. So you got micro notes in between. It's a deep thing. What I'm trying to say is though, rag is really deep. In our course, the Waheguru course, which I mentioned earlier, that's a 12-week course. We spend 2.5 hours going through music, yeah, and it's very deep what Maharaj has given us. In fact, to be honest, all this stuff left behind, once we get to a level where Sikhs know about Sikhi, all Sikhs are going to do is talk about Rag. Yeah? We're going to try to become experts in Rag Ramkali and Rag Asa. That's why we haven't got so many books, because we're more interested in the music and the experience of God than in writing about it. That's why it's the basics. Yeah? The real is in the Rag and the experience of God and the Naam. Anyway, let's go on. Okay, here's the aim. This is like the bit that kind of inspired me when I was like a philosophy graduate, looking at the world. I was quite socialist in my thinking. I was like, we need to sort this world out. What a banga, the world is in trouble. How's it ever going to get solved? Then I found out about Sikhi and I was like, there's the answer. The Khalsa is the solution to the world's problems. When we say Raj Karega Khalsa, yeah? A lot of people don't understand. What that means is the Khalsa will rule the world. It's made to rule the world. Yeah? It's a UN. It's the ultimate UN. The UN hasn't got its own army. The Khalsa has its own army. It is an army. Yeah? We're here to serve the world with food and justice. Deg is food, isn't it? It's prashad. And Teg is a kirpan used for protection. So kirpa. So we're here to give people Deg and Teg. Deg, Teg, Fateh. All over the world. All we want to do is make sure that people are fed and they're protected. That's an amazing mission. And we're not here to convert people either. We haven't got a mission to go there, feed people, protect them and then say, hey, you've got to become a Sikh now. No. Our mission is to spread Naam. Spread the spirituality, not spread the religion. Yeah. So if someone wants to jap Naam as a Muslim, they can jap Naam as a Muslim. Jap Naam as a Christian, that's fine. What's the thing though? They got to jap Naam. Yeah. Jo jape tiski gat hoy. Whoever japs Naam will get there. Religion is not important to Waheguru. Sarab taram me shrest taram. What's the highest religion amongst all religion? Har ko naam jap nirmal karam. Live a decent, pure life and do Naam Japana. That's religion. That's it. 2 things you need. So that's for me is like a space age mission. The world hasn't got to this point. The British government only cares about British interests abroad. Yeah? American government cares about American interests abroad. Or oil, whatever it is. They only think about themselves. What do we say? What's our mission? Sarbat Dapala. Everybody's happy. That's, to me, is really deep. Yeah? And we're the only panth that has that at the forefront. A Sikh could never stand up and say, we only care about our interests. 100 Sikhs would say, oh, that's wrong. We care about Sarbat Dapala. If you said that in America, no one would say bat an eyelid. They would say it's fine. Not here. Not in this panth. Yeah? That's why the Khalsa will rule the world, because the Khalsa cares about everybody. Alright, I'm sure I made loads of mistakes. Please forgive me. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru